What's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and it's time to take a look at what's been selling out of my eBay store.
Mountain Man Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a part-time reseller based out of Montana. That means I go to garage sales and thrift stores, estate sales, that sort of thing. Find things to buy and then resell online for profit. We're using that money to pay off student loans and medical bills and, that sort of thing. And anybody can do it. They've just got to learn what to look for. And videos like this will help you learn different things that people are selling and what those things are selling for. So let's take a look. The first thing, I mentioned this in our last What Sold. I was hoping that a couple of sales, the payment would actually come through. Well, this one did. This is Captain Britain. It was a set of 3 different comics. He bought number 7, number 11, and number 14. And I combined shipping for him, and he paid $76 plus $20 international shipping to Germany. So that guy paid. The other did not. So we're relisting that item. 1 out of 2. I guess I'll take that. And this was the better sale anyway. So really happy to send those comics off to Germany. And actually that same buyer came back a few days later. We'll hit that sale here in a little bit. But once again, international sales, guys, I'm telling you, I've got a good number of them, and some of them in here are for really good money. So for those of you that haven't watched the international sale video, I talked about it in yesterday's video a little bit, did kind of a follow-up, but we also had a video previously about eBay standard international delivery. It works really, really well, and you're going to make a whole lot of sales if you start using that. So I would recommend going back. If you're interested in international shipping, go back and watch the last couple videos. And if you have any questions, shoot them my way. I've got another thing that sold. All Dogs Go to Heaven animation cell. This is Itchy. And I took an offer of $17 plus shipping on that. Then we sold for the PS4 Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood. This is like an add-on for a game. They already had to have Final Fantasy, and so it wasn't very valuable. It was actually part of a big bundle of games that I'd already purchased. I think this was the last one, and so very much a straggler. Sold it for $7.49 free shipping. It goes out first class, and we made a couple bucks. It was all profit. It's just when you get those bulk deals, you sell it all. So this was the last thing out of that. And then we sold a Barbie. The Friday Night Dream Date. This one going to Canada. This I sold through one of my Web Interpret listings. We have a interview with somebody from Web Interpret. That's in the Keeping It Real series. If you look at that playlist, we did an interview with somebody from that company. Essentially, what they do is cross-list, I suppose. They cross-list my eBay listings for the U.S. to other countries' eBay sites. So that's what happened here. So this sold on eBay Canada for 151 Canadian dollars. Pretty good profit on that one. And not a great profit on this one, but when I see new sealed VHS tapes, I usually take a second to look at them. And this one, it's such a cool movie. I picked it up. I got it for, I think, a quarter at a garage sale. This is Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and it sold for $6.99, free media mail shipping. So we still made a couple bucks. Very easy to list and store and ship. I like selling media. Usually it's worth a little bit more, but still, I'll take it. Then we've got another Web Interpret sale. This Princess of South Africa sold for $43.55 Great British pounds. That's heading now over to the UK. And then we sold this hoodie. It was a cool looking hoodie, but it's tough to sell because it's kind of unbranded, right? I mean, there's nothing that makes it stand out. So this has to be a window shopping purchase. And somebody finally sent me an offer. I've been hanging on to this thing for probably a year and a half. Somebody sent me an offer of $17. Actually, I think they sent $15, and I countered at $17 is what happened, and they took it. So $17 free shipping. This did go inside a padded flat rate envelope. So we did make a couple bucks on it, but not a great purchase. Then we sold a plush, a Tinkerbell plush. I got this in a haul from a local thrift store. You guys have not seen this one yet. Maybe this weekend we'll put this one up because I got quite a few plush. And this a Tinkerbell from the Disney store, and it sold really quickly for $16.39 free shipping. Then we sold another doll. This one, not a Barbie doll. It's strawberry shortcake. This is a blueberry muffin. And this one also a standard international delivery buy. $55 plus they paid the $20 for me to send that up to Canada. Another Barbie here, Gymnast Janet. This one I've held on to for a little while, since late January. This one is one of the first ones that I picked up, I think. And it did finally move. I had it priced high and just waited. And it finally sold $97.14 plus shipping. And then I mentioned that buyer in Germany that we started off the show with. He came back. I had another Captain Britain. It's actually a cool series if you're into comics and you want to look into it. This is not the initial run from, I think, the 60s. This is sort of the revamp, relaunch. It was a 14 or 15 issue run in the mid 80s. That's where this came from. Really cool story. Actually, it involves Merlin. And, you know, it's actually pretty good. And they've sort of low-key potentially introduced Captain Britain. He might be coming up in this next phase. So if you see Captain Britain stuff and you can get it cheap, it might be worth grabbing, because if he pops up in phase 4 of the Marvel movies, that stuff's going to skyrocket. I just didn't want to sit on this, so I decided to sell these things. This number 13, and it's a key issue with Psylocke. And that is a name maybe comic folks know. She's on the cover there, and this is a really good edition. It was in beautiful shape. And I sent out an offer. It was listed about $125, and I sent out an offer of like 120, something like that. And it turns out it was the same guy. Because you can't see, when you send out an offer to a watcher, you can't see who it's actually going to. You just know that it's a watcher. Turned out it was the same guy that had bought the previous ones, and he came back with, I think it was 95. I shot him back 100, and he took it. Now, what's interesting is the sold comps of this, way below 100. I mean, we're talking like 30, 40, 50 bucks. The reason I was able to sell it is because I sell internationally, and my guess is those people don't sell internationally. And there were 4 or 5 active listings besides mine of this particular issue. I know 2 for sure were lower, and 1 was right at $100, I think. So there was 3 of them he could have purchased at that same price or lower if they did international shipping, and they didn't. So I got the sale. I'm just saying, consider this international shipping thing, because he paid $100 plus $20 for me to shoot that off to Germany. Then we sold this OEM Wii U cable. A couple things on this. OEM, you'll see that in listings. A lot of times it's on like auto parts stuff. OEM just means original equipment manufacturer. It's the original stuff. It's not a replacement. It's not a knockoff from China that works, but it's not. This is original to whatever it is. In this case, the Wii U. It's a cable. So that's one thing. If you've got something that's original, put OEM in the title sometimes. That's going to help, because people want the real deal, right? Another thing on this is the eventual buyer sent me a message and said, hey, is the one that you've got in your picture what you're actually selling? Because I bought something that somebody said was a Wii U cord, and it was original, and I got it, and it was frayed, and it was a mess. It was just a bundle of wires. I said, yeah, anything that we sell, the picture that's on the listing is what you're actually going to get in the box. And then minutes later, they made the purchase. $5.99 free shipping. It's not a big seller, right? But this is the parted out thing. We bought a Wii, and we had all sorts of extra stuff with it. And so we're making quite a bit of money on all the extra stuff. And how hard is it to put a cable in a bag and send that out? Really easy to make $2 or $3 off of it. But just in terms of photos, make sure, I know some people use stock photos. I don't recommend it. I think people want to see what they're buying. And this just goes to show somebody apparently used a stock photo and then sent this guy something else. And he was not happy. I'm sure that person did not get good feedback. Take pictures of what you're actually selling and put that in your listing. Then we sold another plush. Shout out to Cajun Reseller. Build-A-Bear. This is Baskin Robbins bubblegum ice cream teddy bear. It's pretty cool. Build-A-Bear stuff a lot of times is pretty good. I did sit on this for a little bit, but it did go. They sent me an offer of $12 plus shipping. And I took that. And then these, I think my favorite sale of the week so far. I picked up these shoes. You might have seen them on a thrift haul not that long ago, and decided to finally list them, and they lasted about a week and a half. These Nike Classic Cortez skateboarder shoes, they look a little humble, right? But as you can see right there, $133.99 plus shipping from Montana to New York. So the buyer was in like $160 with shipping and taxes and all that. Couple things on these. One, obviously, they look a little humble, as I said, right? They look basic, but keep an eye out for this skateboarder style. This was an original run that they had made back, I think, in the 80s, and then they relaunched it. So this is sort of the relaunch homage to the classic. Those sometimes are really, really good. Keep an eye out for stuff like this. And with Nikes, it's really easy. There's actually a number on the inside of the tongue. Look it up. It'll be a 6-digit number, a dash, and then 3 digits. What that is, the 6-digit number is the model of the shoe. The 3 digits after it's the color code. So it's whatever different color combinations are on the shoe. That's what those 3 numbers after signify. And so if you punch that in Nike and then punch in the code, it's going to bring it up on eBay. Now, interestingly, this one brought up one listing. There was just one. It was not the same size. So it was a comp, but it wasn't exactly the same. These sold new for $320, but they're out of stock everywhere. You can't find these things. So before mine, the only ones that seemed to be available were on eBay for $299, I think was the price. I think they had priced it pretty high. I decided to price mine, obviously, much lower than that because I thought, you know what, they're shooting for the moon, good for them, but my listing's going to look a little bit better next to theirs, and I paid $3 for them. So $3 into $134, definitely on board with that. Glad those shoes sold. And I had best offer enabled on that, guys. I know a lot of people say, I don't want best offer. I'm never going to get full price on stuff. I get full price on stuff all the time. So I would say turn on best offer. It doesn't take anything to go decline. It's easy. In fact, I did it a little bit on this next sale. I hit decline. This right here, it's a Carhartt button-up short-sleeve shirt. Basic, but Carhartt does sell. I paid a couple bucks for this. Eventually, we sold it for $12 plus shipping, but this story is this is interesting, and I don't even remember if I can get you all. I don't know if I can remember all the steps. That's what I'm trying to say. This guy, I sent out an offer to a watcher on this, and usually I just do a 5% discount. I don't even write a message. I just send the default eBay message, 5% off, let it go. So it was listed at like 16, I think $16.49, something like that. And it had been sitting. I really hadn't gotten any interest on it. But this guy sent back an offer of $10. And I probably could have taken it, you know, because it had been sitting. It's $10 plus shipping. But I just felt like, you know what, this is Carhartt. It's still a pretty good shirt. Even though nobody's shown interest in it, it's still a good shirt. And so I countered at 12. He countered at 10. And so I countered back at 12. And he countered at 10. And so then I just declined. I was like, look, dude, you know what my price is at this point. That's my best offer, $12. I've given it to you a couple times. That's my best offer. I thought, you know what? It's originally 16 and a half. I'm offering you 12. It's a good deal. So there was just the flat out decline. I didn't counter back. I was just like, look, you know what my price is. He came back the next day and sent me an offer of 11. So he was like, all right, I'll come up $1. And I countered back at 12. I was like, no, man, I want $12 for the shirt. Next day, he accepted the offer. So you can stick with your offer, you know, don't let them bully you into something else, and you can hit that decline button. Doesn't mean you're not going to get a sale. They're just trying to get a good deal. And actually, check out this message. The guy basically said, hey, you're a tough negotiator, but well done. Like he's congratulating me and saying I'm a good but a tough negotiator. My favorite thing right there at the end, big hug. I got a big hug from Paulo for selling him this Carhartt shirt at $12. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if he's a watcher of the channel or not. If you are, Paulo, thank you very much, man. And if you're not, well, thank you very much. You know, I think it's a $12 plus shipping shirt. So I hope you enjoy that. Then we did have a viewer sale, actually. This Beale Mountain Pegasus mining hat. I got this on a trip. This I actually picked up when I went to Butte. If you guys have not seen it, we've got a lot of new subscribers to the channel. If you haven't seen it, I went and spent the night in the old Montana State Prison. And this has been called by a lot of people one of the most haunted places in the entire Western United States. And I can verify that. It's creepy. I spent the night there, overnight, from like 8, I think, in the evening, 8:30, something like that, until 5 a.m. I did not leave until the sun was coming up. And we did like a paranormal investigation. We released this on Halloween, premiered it, and it was a lot of fun. And I say we, like there were people there with me, and more than people. Recorded some crazy things, but we might go back next year because people actually really liked it. So I might go back. It's something different. It was something fun. But squirreling my way back, this hat I picked up. I did go thrifting when I got into town there, and this hat was one of the things that I picked up there. So the Beale Mountain Pegasus mining hat, I sent out an offer on this, and they accepted $23.44 plus shipping. I don't even think Pegasus mining I don't think exist anymore. I think it's gone. So this is a pretty rare hat. And turns out James, a viewer of the show, bought this, and he is a hat collector. And I don't know if I'm officially a collector or just a hat hoarder. I don't know. I don't think I rise to the level of collector. My taste is a little eclectic, and I just like hats. But James is a collector, true blue. And he also asked if I would sign the top of the bill for him. So James, I did that, and it is on the way to you. Thanks so much for watching and for making that purchase. Really, really cool. I sure appreciate it. This Greg Norman polo shirt. I got this in a box of stuff that I bought from Josh over at Harry Tornado. And this is all profit. I've paid off that box now. $13 plus shipping. This was an offer that came in at, I think, 11. Again, I had this one listed right around 16 bucks. They sent me an offer of 11. I countered at 13 and they took it. So that a pretty decent sale. Nobody thinks that these are worth anything when you go to garage sales, and you can get them for cheap. In fact, these I got for free. Scooby-Doo. Where are you? Well, on your way to, I think it's California. That's where it is. This VHS, a lot of 13 Scooby-Doo movies. I got this for free. I bought a VHS at this lady's sale. You might remember it was back. I bought a VHS machine, and which is, I guess, called a VCR, right? I bought a VCR. And then I bought the VHS DVD recorder, which I still haven't listed. I have to test that and list. I'll try and do that this weekend. I buy those things and they sit around. It's a curse. I bought those, and she said, well, if you buy these, you have to take the tapes. And so she just gave me all sorts of tapes. We've already sold some media out of that, some DVDs that were really good. We sold the Spider-Man DVD for, what was it, like 85 bucks or something? Really, really good. And these took a little bit to move, but they did go. We got $20.09 plus media mail shipping for them. They ended up weighing like 8 pounds, but still pretty cheap shipping, of course, with media mail. These Carhartts. Carhartt is a name to look out for, even in kids' clothes. Guys, I don't do much in kids' clothes. I don't even hardly look at it. But I was just kind of cruising down the aisle, and I happened to see these sticking out, these overalls, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to look. Turns out they were Carhartt, and it was a good grab. I paid 10 bucks for it because the thrift store knows Carhartt's a good brand, right? So I paid $10 for these Carhartt overalls. These are kids. 3T is the size, but the sell-through on this thing is ridiculous. When I looked it up, there were 3 of these listed. 56 sold. I didn't do the math to figure out what that percentage is. It's way high. It's super high. So I thought, you know what? I'm paying up at 10 bucks for this thing, but why not? It's a 100%. It is going to sell. It's easy money. So why not? And yeah, it took 2 days maybe. I think it took 2 days. And this actually, another international order, $30.14. Remember, we bought it for 10, so still a pretty solid turnaround. Plus, they paid 20 bucks because these just under, it was 15.4 ounces. So they made it for the 1 pound rate, and they're going to Sweden. So somebody in Sweden's paying 50 bucks plus whatever their import fees are going to be at the end of it to get a hold of these little kids' Carhartt bibs. So keep an eye out for these things. Any size is going to sell of this thing. SanDisk micro SD card. I bundled up a whole bunch of stuff. We got $12.29 free shipping for that. The Chesapeake Farms belt buckle. This has been sitting around for a year. I pick up these old vintage belt buckles. If you can get them for $1, $2, they are longer tail, but they do sell. And they're an easy little thing to take photos of and list and to ship. And you guys know that's the kind of stuff that I like. And somebody sent me an offer of $15. It was listed about 20 bucks. And it's a little obscure. So it was one of those where the first person to show interest, I was probably going to sell it to. And they sent me an offer of 15 bucks plus shipping. Good enough on a $2 purchase. Then the cat litter mat, this part of the bulk buy that we did through 888 Lots. We got all sorts of pet products, way into the profit now. Everything that's left is now 100% profit. And this cat litter mat, I took an offer of $12 plus shipping. I had it listed at like 17, something like that, but they sent me an offer and actually said, I don't mean to offend you, but shipping is a little bit high. That's why I'm sending a lower offer. And it is, like the mat weighed almost, it was like 1.5 pounds. It was pushing 2 pounds. So yeah, I mean, shipping was like 12 bucks. So $12 plus shipping, good enough. It's all profit. And then the Des Bryant jersey that I just picked up. I got this at the same time as I got the coveralls. And I paid $7 for it. And I took an offer of $25.14. Free shipping. So we didn't make much, but I didn't expect to make much. This was not a high-end jersey. Very nice looking jersey, but it wasn't stitched. It wasn't, it wasn't the super high end. So I pretty much knew what we were going to get out of it. It was about $10 profit. And even with the offer that they sent, because I priced it a little bit high to leave myself that cushion, I thought it was about a $25 jersey, and I was right. That's where it went. $25.14 free shipping, and we make $9 or $10 after shipping and after fees. So that's not bad. But that's what we've sold this week, guys. I know this video got a little bit long, but we didn't have a What Sold on Wednesday to break it up. So if you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Thanks very much. Look back on the last video because you've still got a little bit of time if you're watching this on Friday to get in on our 4K giveaway. We passed 4,000 subs. We're actually past 4,200 now, and we're giving away some IKEA bags. So watch the video. You can figure out how you can get entered to win some of those IKEA bags. We're going to announce that on Monday's show. Also, we're still doing the fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That link, again, is going to be underneath. We're up to 75 bucks that's been donated for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So, guys, thank you so much. I sure appreciate that. That's incredible. When we get all done, I'm going to let everybody know how much we raised on that. It goes until the 31st, so we have a little bit of time. But if you wouldn't mind, if you're of the mind to donate anything, or if you wanted to maybe purchase something from my store or whatever, at least for right now, do that instead. I would love if you donated to them. It's a secure link. Everything goes straight to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And again, that is underneath. But yeah, 75 bucks so far. We'll let you know what we raise, and I'll drop all the names for the people that donated for that too, because I sure appreciate that. That's all we got for you today, guys. I sure appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.